it's a Super Famicom Friday. We're playing the game Sailor Moon R for the Super Famicom. Ohayo gozaimasu and konnichiwa, depending on your time zone. This is something that I've wanted to incorporate into my Famicom Friday series for quite a while, and that is a Japanese phrase of the day. So many of these phrases of the day or week will be from the book Survival Japanese, but not entirely just from Survival Japanese. And so with that, you can look forward to learning more about Ohayo gozaimasu and what it means later on in this video. So stay tuned for that about halfway through the video. Now, Sailor Moon R for the Nintendo Super Famicom is a game that's a beat-em-up style video game. It features the cast and characters from the classic Sailor Moon anime and features a continuing story from the previous Sailor Moon games that we played on our channel before, such as the original Bishoujo Senshi Sailor Moon. We'll check out the main mode of the game today and some of the other features in today's video. So let's jump in with Sailor Moon R on today's Happy Beard Games Famicom Friday. Ooh, that looks pretty. That almost looks like an FMV. Like, the way they detailed that animation is really impressive, and I haven't seen anything like that on the Super Nintendo. Even those shooting stars are really good too. Wow, that was actually really impressive, the way they had the reflection on the water. That's pretty cool. For a third-party game, Bandai, 1993. Sailor Moon R. R. So from the main menu on Sailor Moon R, you've got the start game, you've got the game where you play as Sailor Moon's daughter, and you've got the versus tournament fighter mode, and then you've got this one, which looks very similar on the text, but it's not. This is the options for the main game mode, which you can play with 1 or 2 players cooperatively. So we've got this first setting here, which is difficulty. We're going to leave it on default, which is normal. There's also a hard and easy. This one you can set up higher. This is your continues. You're going to want to set this at full if you want to be able to beat the game on one of your first tries or something like that. If you're not very good at the game, just go into the options, set this up to full. It starts out at 3. You can put it on 4 or 5, so we're going all the way to 5. This is a sound test. So you can hear the sound of music. You can hear the actual sound effects, like punches and kicks. And you can hear voice clips from the characters. There's a lot of voice acting in this game, actually. There's 55 different voice clips in the game. Alright, so let's jump in with Sailor Moon R for the Super Famicom on Happy Beard Games' Famicom Fridays. I've got a character select, which looks a little bit more detailed than the first game. You'll probably hear me reference the first game a lot. I've done 2 Famicom Fridays at least, separate times, on the first game. One with the translation patch more recently, and one without the translation patch. I didn't actually check or think to find a translation patch for this game today, this particular Sailor Moon R, but I don't think it really needs it, especially since I played the first one. I mean, it might for the cutscenes. We've got a transformation sequence, which is what Sailor Moon's known for. Pretty cool. Got Sailor Moon as my chosen character, and let's see where it jumps us into. Animation actually is really nice here too. A little bit more chibi style on this intro scene, but or episode scene. So that's different on the main game. The main game, she looks pretty much like she does in the anime. Not chibi at all. A little bit pixelated, but still looking great. We've got the B button to jump. Hold it forward to do a barrel jump. You got the Y button to do your attacks, and if you hit a few times, you can do a combo. If you jump and then press Y, you can do a kick. It's easy just to explain this stuff because you can't really progress with the game until you've killed all the enemies on the screen in your typical beat-em-up fashion. Think of like Streets of Rage, Turtles in Time, stuff like that. Final Fight. You pick up items, such as that thing that I picked up, which I don't know what that did. It was like a gem. Usually the items will heal you, but that one didn't seem to do that. Sometimes I feel like the enemies have longer arms than Sailor Moon does. The animations do look a little bit different than the last game, and maybe the character models do too, I'm not sure. I feel like they might have reused some animations or some art sprites, but for the most part, it does look a little bit different to me. I'd have to compare it directly to tell the differences, but it does look a little bit different on the animation, or at least the way they drew her. Pretty sure it's a different model for this new game. Well, new game, 1993 game. But newer than the previous game. L and R don't do anything. Now the X button is one you gotta watch out for on this game particularly. On the previous game, I don't think they had this. It's a special move that I think attacks all enemies on screen. Probably does a lot of damage. I haven't really had the time to test it out on a boss yet. But yeah, if you press the X button, which is at the top of the Super Famicom controller, what it'll do is like a special attack. Now you see those ribbons on the HUD? Next to the 4 lives for Sailor Moon, you got the ribbons on the HUD. That's your amount of special attacks you can pull off. So you just press the button once, you don't have to do a combo or anything. Just press the button once, and it'll start to do the special attack. I don't know why it's telling me to go when, like, I'm already there. So I've only got two uses of that special attack currently. So I don't want to use it right away on these weaker enemies. My health is getting low, or my lives are getting low, then I'd want to use it. Or if I was fighting a boss or a bunch of enemies at one time, that'd be a good time to use it too. We've also got a charge meter, which I'll show you once I get down to one enemy on screen, if that happens. Usually there's like a part where like you'll just have one enemy left, but this current part that I'm at, okay, here we go, it was like, it just wouldn't stop. So you can throw the tiara, and usually the enemy will dodge it. It's really hard to pull off. I feel like this is easier to pull off on 2-player, because one person could be beating him up, and the other person could be shooting the tiara at the enemies too. I feel like this entire game might be better and easier on a 2-player mode, which they do have 2-player on this. It's just I don't have anyone to play with at the moment. Wow, they've got some long legs there. Like the long leg monster lady. I think she's supposed to be long-legged. She's not just supposed to be... Maybe she's just sized up from all the other enemies. I don't know. It looks really weird though. Like, unusually long legs. Everyone in this has long legs. That's like a thing in Sailor Moon, like the artist. Can't think of her name at the moment. But the artist of Sailor Moon, she always draws them with really long legs. Just so to see an enemy that has longer legs than everyone else is a little strange in Sailor Moon. Now we're at the downtown city at night. See, look, there's all this stuff like in the windows and stuff that's in English. The basic gameplay is simple enough. You don't have to know Japanese necessarily to play this game. You would just have to know Japanese to understand the story. And some of it you can probably translate using Google Translate, as we've done in the past on Famicom Fridays. Using Google Translate, which I found a better way to use that, even better than I had been previously. I don't know if we're going to do any translating in today's episode. We might. Probably not. There just isn't really that much of a need for it in this game. And I don't have the manual to show for this one. So like with my Sega Saturn games, which for those, I have more of those games I have the manual with. Because I try to get those ones complete. With the Sega Saturn games that we play, I'll try to translate the manual and stuff, but we're not doing a Sega Saturn game this week. We're probably going to do a Sega Saturn game next week. Keep in mind, I also have a Japanese GameCube now, so I'll have some Japanese GameCube games coming up soon. I just don't want to do the Japanese GameCube games that I have currently, because they're games that are also available in the United States. So I might, if you really want to see me do a Japanese GameCube game, I definitely could, but I would like to wait until I get some exclusives, probably. Or, you know, like something that has significant differences, such as the Donkey Konga games. The Donkey Konga games are really cool, and in Japan they're like got completely different music pretty much. Especially 1 and 2, and then there's even a Donkey Konga 3 that was exclusive to Japan GameCube. A little off topic here from the Sailor Moon, but it's kind of cool. It's Christmas in Sailor Moon in Japan. And that's cool because we just started November. This video is the first week of November. And there's already Christmas stuff in stores in real life. See, I am playing a festive game once again for a holiday. Just like I was doing the Gametober videos for Halloween. Got a Sailor Moon game for Christmas. Yeah, this is pretty much just like the first one. Like, it's just like the first one, except you have those special attacks with the X button that you did not have in the other one. Now, there is one other attack that I didn't mention yet so far, and I'll show you it in a little bit. So you press Y and B at the same time. That's not what I meant to do. Let's see. And she does the flip. See that flip where she twirls around and like does like an uppercut kind of? I guess you could call that an uppercut. She kind of flips around. That is also performed. You can also do that with Y or B. It's just like a stronger attack you can pull off. Does more damage. Or you can press the A button on this version. So you can just press the A button to do a Y and B combo together at the same time. So basically A on the controller is Y and B. Oh no, I died. Oh, and there was chicken right there too. I could have grabbed the wall meat. Well, that's alright. I'll wait until I get hit before I eat that meat. But yeah, so you've got Y and B, or you've got A button. Now, I don't like to use the strong attack very often, because it drains your health. And I'll show you something cool about it in a little bit, too. You press it right here and you don't hit anyone, it doesn't drain your health. Which is cool, because if you mess up, you'll be draining your health without even any point of doing that. Or then you need to do that. So it's kind of cool that when you go to use it, if you're not hitting anyone, you can just do it freely. But if you do hit an enemy with it, it'll drain your health, which I wish they fixed that in this game. I wish they made it so like you have a special meter, like your special or super meter, for your powerful or magical attacks, separately than your health bar. Oh, I didn't even get to eat the meat, it faded away. That's not cool. Okay, well, we're gonna try our special attack. I don't know the name of this enemy. I'm assuming if you're a fan of the anime or manga, you'd know who she is. She was in the intro cutscene at the start of the game. The Tokyo Tower back there. Let's do another strong attack. You can see the boss's health right underneath your health, which is pretty cool and handy too. Wow, she's hard. I like the little expressions on Sailor Moon's portrait in the top corner. Oh, she summoned bad guys. Oh, that's different. I don't know if they did that in the first game. They might have a little bit. Not where she goes off in the corner where you can't hit her. We got her. Another enemy just checks out. We don't have to fight him. Her. Oh, what a dream. It's Tuxedo Mask. We might translate that. I'm not sure. No, it's going on too long. Well, maybe. We could. It's not that long, actually. We've got... Why is she playing the cat like a basketball? It's not cool. We've got our ranking, which in the last game, Tuxedo Mask ranked you. We got a C ranking. I never did get a good ranking on the first game either. It would be cool if you could choose any character to play as at the start of each level. The last game didn't allow you to do that, but this one might. I don't think it does, though. No, it doesn't. Oh my gosh, we're in the Mushroom Kingdom. Mushroom Kingdom, here we come. It's not really. It's more like your. It's more like your. What's it called? The Smurfs. Yeah, it's more like your Smurfs village. With those guys in the background, they're like yellow Smurfs, though. That's pretty cool. I like this style of this level. It's weird they have the same enemies, though. I guess that kind of makes sense if they're from the same enemy ruler. They have the same enemy types, but these guys are new. And by the way, all these enemies are new from this game. So far, there hasn't been any reused characters for the enemies. Oh, you can pick up another one. Sweet. And I already got restocked from the last fight. Remember, I used it twice. Starting out with 2 more on the next level. That's good to know. You continue, either because I died, it might have been because I died, but it also might have been because I beat the boss. I'll have to double check that on my recording, because I can't really tell right now. These enemies are the same, those red guys are new. So far, all the enemies in the game were not in the first game. They're different too. Not just in terms of appearance, but they're doing different like attacks and like styles of fighting. That's pretty cool. I mean, they do look very similar and Sailor Moon villain styled, but the last game was different, definitely. So at least there's more variety and new variety of enemies. And so far, this game's just like has a lot of stuff in addition to the first game. So you've played the first game and you expect this game to be just more of the same. It kind of is in the gameplay, but it's also kind of not. It's got its own style, definitely. Yeah, I don't think you get more ribbons when you die. Maybe if you use a continue, I don't know. I'll have to figure that out, but I don't think you get them when you die. I think you get them when you start a new level. I like those little like gnomes in the background, they're really cool. Now, it seems to be a way to grab enemies, and I can't remember if that was in the first game or not. You'd think it would be, because it's in a majority of beat-em-up games. But I don't know if you could actually grab enemies in the first game. But it also looks like there's a way you can grab them and then jump with the B button, and then do some continuing combo. I'm gonna lose my ribbon? Okay, I didn't lose the ribbon. Okay, so the continues and deaths don't seem to affect your ribbons. They might if I was like at 0? I don't know. It seems like your continues and deaths don't affect your ribbons, which are used for that special attack once again. That's cool. Oh, there's a rose. Pick that up. A little more health. I don't know which items give you the most health. Some of them give you a little bit of health. Some of them give you not a lot of the health. Or like more health than the others, you know, but I'm assuming like the bigger the food, the better for you. But I could be wrong about that. Gosh, this is pretty hard. This is pretty hard. We already got our first continue on there. And once again, whoa, we set it to, that was pretty hot. And then we set it to 5 continues on the main menu. Just something that you're probably going to want to do. So if you didn't see the part of the video where I'm at the main menu, I set it to 5 continues, where by default it's only at 3. And that's something that you're going to want to do probably every time you play the game. I don't know any other reason why not to. There's no score in this game. I think this is something that I mentioned in the previous game. Like, if you're looking for, like, a better score or something, or, like, you're trying to compete with someone, like, oh, I can do this game in this many continues, that's really the only way to, like, compare it to someone else, other than just beating the game normally. There's hard mode, there's easy mode, yeah, but there's also, there's no score or points in this game. There's just continuing settings and difficulty settings. What the heck? That guy sliding around's killing me, man. Oh, I can throw enemies into each other to hurt them. That's pretty cool. I don't think that was in the last game. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't remember being able to throw an enemy, land another enemy, and then that would die. Or do damage. This looks like Bayou Billy. This does look like Bayou Billy's swamp, but with the next generation of graphics. Because that was an NES game. That's it? Oh, ballerina. Out of here. There was these toys back in the 90s. I don't know what they're called. They were aimed at girls, and I don't think they ever did a Sailor Moon one of them, but there were Sailor Moon dolls for girls in the 90s, even in America. But there were these dolls, and they kind of look like that thing, that blue one, when it spins around. Because there was like these dolls that you put them on like a stick, and then you pull a string, and then the doll will like spin around and like kind of like a propeller, and then kind of like float up to the ceiling really fast. It was basically like a combination of like a propeller toy and a Barbie. I don't know how to explain it other than that, but it was basically a doll that you pulled and it would like fly up in the air for a sec. But it would fly up like really fast to the point where it could like hit the ceiling. Or that's what I remember. I never had one, but I definitely remember seeing them and playing with those. And that's what the thing reminds me of, because it's like it's a person, but it's spinning around so fast that it looks like it could take off in the air. I don't know what they're called. They're like... I don't want to dwell on it too much, but it's like... They were like sky dancers, I want to say is what they were called. Like some kind of fairy or something. I don't know. Or elf. Could be wrong with that. If you don't want to play with those, let me know. I like to put toy commercials and anime and game commercials into my Famicom Fridays. I don't think I'll put that in this, but maybe. You never know. Maybe just a brief clip of it. You might see it if you blink. If you don't blink, you might see it too. So I don't know how long we're going to be playing this game. I thought we were going to make it a decent way into it, but so far this game feels significantly harder than the previous Sailor Moon game. Like, these things are killing me. Maybe I should be using my ribbon more for my special attacks. It's like, I did the first game. The last time I played the first game wasn't too long ago. And also, the last time I played the first game, it was my best run on that game ever. So, like, I made it pretty far on that game. That's the one that I uploaded to YouTube for Famicom Fridays. I believe it's the one with the translation patch. But these guys give me a hard time. These guys on the slide on the floor guys. She also kind of looks like Fern Gully characters. That's a good movie that I haven't seen in forever. Now, another thing that I don't like about this that was also in the first game is it doesn't tell you how many continues you have remaining. So I believe I've used 2 continues, so that means I should have 3 left, right? So that'll keep us going for a while. Oh, a monkey in the tree, and it doesn't even look like really anime styled or cartoony at all. It just looks like a monkey. Weird. Like, it doesn't look stylized at all. It doesn't even have like that much of a border around it. Oh, you can fall in the water? What? This whole time I've been like not really paying attention if I could fall in the water or not. That's it. We're busting out the A button. Do you like that? What is on her head? Like a coffee pot? I thought she was off the raft for a sec. It is cool that you can throw them in the raft. So if I'm on the right side and this raft is in the right part of the screen, I can potentially kill these guys just by throwing it off the raft. I think I wanted to do... I don't know if I keep... Oh my gosh, that does so much damage! And by the way, I'm not that bad at this game. This game seems significantly harder than the first Sailor Moon game, which is cool. I guess it's cool as like a follow-up. There's something you can do with the B button, I'm trying to figure out. You grab them just by walking up to them. Oh, now you get a heart. Or a healing item, I mean. And then you press B, and you can jump up, but I don't know what to do with it. I'm gonna try to play around with that a little bit. I feel like there's something else I can do, because jumping and attacking doesn't seem to do anything. I press attack the whole time. What if I jump? I grab them, jump, and then... No, I hit all the buttons. I didn't mean to hit X. Okay, well, we did that. We wasted our ribbon. We got some health, though. We killed everyone. Oh, here's the boss. Oh my god. It's, what's that guy? My Chemical Romance guy. What's his name? This is what he looks like. Gerard. That's what he looks like. He looks like the dude from My Chemical Romance. Like, to the T. Like, almost exactly. He's even wearing the black parade vest. I don't know. I could be wrong about that. He looks like him, though. Oh my gosh. He's throwing me too. I'm throwing him. He's throwing punches. my God, I was gonna get up and... So, okay, so here's one thing I want to point out, and I'll show you it later on. Probably sooner than later. If you press the, I don't know what to do. Oh, that's how we do it. We slammed him. We slammed him down. Then we took him down with that. I don't know how I did the slam. Don't ask me how I did it, because I don't know how I did it. I was trying to figure it out for a while, but I slammed him. I did a lot of damage. Well, that's cool, but, there was things I was gonna do that were differently, but that worked out well, so that's cool. Stop throwing the cat like she's a ball. D club. Oh, we're going through the door. It seems like in America, being an American myself, knowing that konnichiwa is hello or something similar to that in Japanese, but that's not actually true. Konnichiwa means good afternoon, and ohayo gozaimasu means good morning. So with this video, our phrase of the week is ohayo gozaimasu, which means good morning in Japanese. And I do want to point out that it's not just me saying good morning to you guys, because it's morning where I'm at, but in my own terms, I'm saying ohayo gozaimasu because it's a new dawn for Famicom Fridays. I haven't done a Famicom Friday video in a while, and we just got done with October, which was all my Gametober videos, Halloween spooky stuff. So this is a new day, a new morning for Happy Beard Games, and Famicom Fridays continuing on into the future with November videos of Famicom Fridays. So that's why ohayo gozaimasu is our phrase of the week. Alright, that was our phrase of the week. Let's get back to the game. See, I don't really know the whole story of Sailor Moon. I've only seen parts of the original Japanese dub, or the original Japanese version, I mean. Like the new one that's like consistent with the new English dub, like the original Japanese version. And then I've seen a little more, not a lot more, of the Deke dub, which they had back on Toonami back in the day. That's like changes the characters' names, edits the show, has different like transitions and different story changes were made to the Deke dub because it was made for like a younger, not really a younger audience necessarily, but an American audience where things have to be changed to fit the censorship of the network or something like that. I just used that because I was getting grabbed. But yes, I don't really know the whole story, and it doesn't help that I've seen two different dubs that just only furthers to confuse me with the story and the characters and all that. But I got like the basic gist of like the first season, if there even is a first season, or like the first like volume or whatever. I don't know anything about the later parts of Sailor Moon. I don't know anything about the movies. I know there's movies. I don't know if there's anything of difference between the manga and the anime. I just know about the Deke dub and the actual Japanese version, which I think is by, I don't even know who made the new dub, but it's more accurate, I believe. Or her name's Usagi instead of like Serena, I think, in the Deke dub, but she's Usagi, as her name is originally. Stuff like that, like characters' names were changed. I believe in a previous Famicom Friday, I either talked about it or we showed it. I don't remember. I feel like we showed it, where like, maybe it was just on my own time, but like I went through and like looked up all the characters' names that were changed, and some of them were kind of silly. Some of them were silly reasons to rename them. It's like, you don't really have to rename them. But it could have been a lot worse, because recently, as people probably know because it was on YouTube, recently there was uncovered a Sailor Moon US adaptation. So instead of doing, I believe this is how it goes, is instead of doing a dub that was significantly altered from Japan, like they actually did, they were originally going to make like a separate United States version of Sailor Moon. So like an entirely separate cartoon that's like completely differently animated, but follows the same characters basically, and the same story basically, and still called Sailor Moon, but at the same time it's like it's not the same thing. It probably wouldn't have been very good, so it could have been a lot worse. It's confusing that there's 2 dubs and 2 different names for each character in these 2 regions, Japan and USA. But, it could have been a lot worse. Oh my god, that was freaky. Wait, I want to see it again and pause it. If I can't pause it, I'll pause it in post. Here, just hit me. No, the fire. Electric girl. I want her to shock me. Come on. I want you to shock me. Here, look, the guy with glasses, would you? Shock me. Don't. Oh my god, I'm gonna lose doing this. I really want to see her bones. It's the last thing I do. No. I don't know how I did it. She has a flamethrower and an electric thingy. I don't know how to get it to work. But you could see like all of Soderman's bones and like her heart. It was weird. She's got a lot of health, so. Wait. First, she like slaps in like a circle like that when she's grabbing. Oh, and I missed it! So she jumps at you, so you have to get distance. You get distance and she'll run and jump at you. I'm really invested to just get this, because I know I'm not going to beat the game today. Come at me, bro. Come on. Come on. That's not a flamethrower. I don't want to get hit with the flamethrower because there's a lot of damage. But it also... That's what I want to see. That's hilarious. Not only does she have, like, her bones, you can see, like, an x-ray of her bones, she has, like, that cartoon heart in like, the right places. No, it's not, like, her, like, tiara or, like, her, like, pendant or whatever. It's her actual heart. It's like she got x-rayed in, like, a cartoon style. But the weird thing about it is you can see, like, her hair outline. Like, as if her hair was, like, part of her body. Like, does she have something? Does she have some kind of, like... something in her hair more than just hair, like a tail, or it's actual tails. Okay, we're not gonna go down like this. We're gonna beat this guy that's hurting us the whole time. Use this item. Moon prison power makeup. I think that's what she says really fast. She says it in English for some reason. I like that background. That's cool. I apologize for me doing bad, but I really wanted to see that skeletal. Okay, we've got... I believe this is our final continue. Let's try to at least beat this next boss. And I think we can do it because these current enemies aren't... Okay, never mind. I was gonna say these current enemies aren't too bad, but never mind. They are one of those enemies that grabs, and then the other one comes up and kicks you. We got roly-poly back here again. Stop that guy. Oh my god, they do so much damage. I don't know how I did that, like, roll over. Like, or you grab them, and I threw them down. I don't know how I did it, though. There might be, like, a timing thing. Like, you grab them, you jump, and then you do an attack. I don't know how to do it, though. There's that one. That's not what I want to do. Uppercut there, hit both of them. That's worth it. Get out of here, ladies. I've had enough of you. I have had enough of you. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get off the screen. Actually, don't go off the screen, because then I can't fight you all the way. Well, you can see that our health's though. Always nice to get an eye on the enemy's health and hit points. Oh my gosh, this level's just going on and on. I don't think we're gonna beat this level. Well, I'm gonna do my best though. Let's get let's try to A button them. If I only have a little bit of health, which I don't now, could I continue using that attack? Like, I might be able to fight them normally, but they're doing so much damage to me, hitting me so much that like it's kind of better just to do that. Break them all up. But that drains your health once again. So, okay, now we're at the boss. Or maybe just phase 2 of the match. We might be on the second or third area of this map. Whoa, we got a goo girl. Slime monster character. slime woman. Like that. There's an item right here that I would like to pick up, but I can't. See that gem? I'm probably never gonna be able to pick it up. Like, never. Oh my god. Oh my god. Killed by the red skull. Game over. Game over, man. Game over, yeah. Oh, she's crying. And the cat's trying to cheer. Oh my... Why? What is all the cat abuse in this game? Why did the game over letters have to hit the cat in the back of the head? And now she's like knocked out in like a puddle of tears. What is this? Why does that happen? Is there a lot of like cat comedy in like the Sailor Moon anime? It's funny, I guess, but it's kind of weird. Like a little extreme. Because the cat was already getting turned into a basketball and bounced around, so I don't know about that. Okay, so that was Sailor Moon R for the Super Famicom. And we checked out the main game mode. There's also a game mode where you can play as Sailor Moon's daughter with the pink hair that we saw on the game over screen. And why would you want to play with her? She abuses cats. But no, you can play as her. I think it's an easy mode. I could be wrong about that. But for some reason, she's on a separate menu selection, so I'm assuming it's an easy mode. I'll show you that briefly, but I also want to show you this mode down here in the bottom right corner, which is your two-player versus mode. So we pick our first player fighter, pick any of these girls, and we're going to pick Sailor Moon. Actually, you know what? Let's not pick Sailor Moon. Pick someone else. Go with Greenie. And Sailor Moon, I guess. The last one might be chosen automatically. I could be wrong. I might have hit the button twice. Okay, so this is a different mode, because like it's not exactly your tournament fighter, because you do have that beat 'em up mode style where you can roam in a full circle. So it's not like you're going to be doing combos like your Street Fighter, because when you move the controller in a circle, you just move. But you've got L and R to block, which is kind of cool, and that's not in the main game mode. There's no L and R block. You got punch, which is Y. B is still jump, so it's not up to jump like your Street Fighter. Up just moves you up the frame. You got A, which is your... oh, we gotta see it again! So I didn't have to get hit by that the whole time. I could have just waited for versus mode. I guess it depends on what character I'm using too. Well, A button is basically your charge, so you don't have charge in this. Like where you'd hold the Y button to charge your attack and do the Chara throw. You don't have that. Instead, the A button does that. And then you've got your Y and B to do your combo together that way, but A is no longer the Y and B together. You also got X, which is your special, which is not your special, but it's a different attack. So in this one, you've got different moves, different controls. You've got the L and R block, you've got that attack, you've got this attack, and I already won the round. See what happens when I win the match. Because this is only available, for some reason, against, as far as I can tell, against a physical player, like an actual player. You can't play against the CPU, which is a disappointing thing that they could have included easily to have a CPU fighter, but they don't for some reason. So we got that. I don't know if there's another round or not. No, it brings you back to the title screen. That's weird. That's kind of cool. Now I don't have to get up and hit reset. We can show you this mode too, which has its own little cutscene. I don't know what's up with the cat turned into a ball thing. Is that like a magic thing she does? Or is it just pure comic relief? Once again, I haven't really seen that far into the anime where that character is really introduced. Sailor Moon R. So this is just like your normal, the main game. I don't really know why it would be easier. I think it is easier though. Look how small the health bars are for the enemies. I feel like they're smaller or their health goes down faster. You've also got jump. Let's just check out her attack. She has a spin. That's with the A button / B and Y combo. Her charge button is that, where she uses her magical umbrella. And her special attack looks like this, where she, of course, once again throws the cat around like a basketball, and attacks all enemies, killing all enemies on screen. So that's basically how you play the game in this special mode, which I think is an easy mode or a kid's mode, so that makes sense, but it's something that you probably want to do after you beat the main game, unless you're having a real hard time with the main game. Alright everybody, that's it for today's video on Famicom Fridays on Happy Beard Games. We checked out the game Sailor Moon R for the Super Famicom, which is a side-scrolling beat-em-up. You can play with up to 2 players. There's a bonus optional fighting mode, there's extra characters, and it was a lot of fun overall. It features all the Sailor Moon characters that you know and love from the anime, and they're all represented pretty well in the pixelated format, but still true to the anime's art style of this Super Famicom game. It's a fun beat-em-up even for those who are not fans of Sailor Moon. I'd still recommend this to you if you like beat-em-up games on the Super Famicom. It's a little bit slower paced, as with the previous Sailor Moon games, a little bit slower paced than your typical beat-em-up, such as your Turtles in Time or your Golden Axe. But with this one, we've got a slower paced, but still accurate to the anime. And once again, it's a solid, fun Sailor Moon video game experience on the Super Famicom. I definitely recommend either this Sailor Moon R, or the original Sailor Moon, which is less expensive for you to pick up and play on your Super Famicom or other consoles. Alright everybody, that's it for today's Famicom Friday right here on Happy Beard Games. Please be sure to leave this video a like, share with your friends, leave me a comment, let me know what you think, and subscribe today for more classic gaming goodness right here on Happy Beard Games. Thank you for watching once again.